can see that every single one of them, they are putting their egg in one basket. Every politician in Biafra land, they are putting their egg in one basket. That is why no single one of them is coming out to cry out on what is happening in Biafra land. Today you sit at home, we are sitting at home. Tomorrow you begin to hear them talk. They will begin to talk and ask people not to sit at home. They begin to complain about the economy. But these same people who are complaining about this economy, they know very well that the people who have destroyed the economy in the southeast is the caliphate. The major destroyers of the economy in the southeast, in Biafra land, the major economy destroyer in Biafra land are the government of that country called Nigeria, the federal government of Nigeria. They are the major destroyers of economy in Biafra land. In Biafra land, there is no federal government presence. Which federal government president do you have in Biafra land? Which one? They come to our side, they take our oil. There are so many oil companies that are in that Biafra land. Which of them, not even a single one of them, have their headquarters in Biafra land? Not a single oil company have their headquarters in Biafra land. Why? Because they don't want people to have employment in Biafra land. Instead, they rather go to Kano to have their headquarters. They go to Lagos, Abuja. But in Biafra land, where they are taking the wealth of the people, in Biafra land, where they are taking the wealth of the people, they will never ever go there to have their headquarters. Is that not a shame? Is that not a shame? A very shameful thing. A very shameful thing. Let us not be distracted. Don't be distracted. Don't mind the idiots, those who ignorant ones, those one who have sold themselves to the devil, who want to destroy you. Do not mind them. Don't be distracted. I used to tell them when I come to my brokers, when they write their messages and write all sort of nonsense and they join the brokers, if they are bold, they know what to say, they are sure of what they're saying. What they have to do is that in my program, there is a place where you will click to come in and give your opinion. If you feel that what I'm saying is wrong, if you feel I'm not getting this right, if you feel there is way that what I'm saying is a lie or what I'm saying is not the right thing, what you have to do is that you click. When you click on that very place, I will invite you in. You will come in, then you will challenge me. You will prove me wrong in everything I'm saying. If you succeed in having a superior argument, of course, I will learn from you. But when you don't have a superior argument, all you do is to hide behind your keyboard and begin to type unnecessary words. That means you're a coward. And what do you do to a coward? A coward is that you ignore a coward. You ignore them. Because when you are talking about a coward, you make them irrelevant. You make them relevant. The way you make them irrelevant is to stop talking about them and focus on what you are doing. The people we have today in Biafra land who call themselves politicians are the most evil men you can think of in Biafra land. Look at the kind of life we are living in Biafra land. Look at the kind of life we are living in Biafra land. The most insecure place we have in that country called Nigeria, the most insecure area is the north. The most insecure area we have where terrorists are in charge. Where terrorists are in charge of villages, collecting tax, doing all manner of things. They have shot down an aircraft. They fought against the military, killed, collected an armor tank, collected so many weapons from the military. It's in the north. But have you ever had any governor in the north? Have you ever had any governor in the north calling the military to come and bomb his own people? Have you ever had any governor in the north coming out to say, I'm going to bomb this village, I'm going to destroy this village? Have you had it in the north? Even they know that they are the one who have the greatest number of terrorists. Even they have died more than any other people. They have been massacred many times. The Hausa people in the northern part of Nigeria have been destroyed at so many times. The Christians in the area have been destroyed. But the Fulanis, you see them who are governors over there. Have you ever had them inviting the military to come and bomb their people? It has never happened. The only place you hear people doing that is in Biafra land. Only in Biafra land. That is where you see people begin to talk in such manner. It doesn't happen in another place. Only in Biafra land. Why is it so? Why is it so? Have you asked yourself, why is it that it's only in Biafra land that people begin to rise up and speak about irrelevant things? Have you asked yourself, why? Why is it that it's only in Biafra land that we have cowards who cannot stand up and say that which is right? Have you asked yourself, why is it that it's in Biafra land that you see people who will come and support everything that is evil? Ask yourself why. It is so sad. It's a very sad situation. But you don't have to change your mind. You don't have to be scared. You don't have to be worried, because the Biafran people, we have the greatest number. We have the number of people who are standing for their freedom and ready to get their freedom is much more greater than those who are not willing to fight for their freedom. The number of people who are willing to have their freedom is much more higher than those who are not willing to have their freedom. That is why we have to remain focused. Don't be distracted. Distraction will always come. It will always come. But I want you, everybody that is watching this video today, everybody that is watching this video broadcast today, what I want you to put in the heart of your mind is that every accusation that you see from anywhere, every blackmail, always look at the positive side. Don't be carried away emotionally. Every criticism, there is always a positive side of it. Every criticism, there is always a positive side of it. And don't expect everybody to be speaking your own language. Don't expect everybody to be talking the way you are talking. Don't be expecting everybody to be following the direction you are going. Don't do that. There will be an opposition. There will always be opposition. If you are a Biafran and you are scared of opposition, or you're worried about, don't be worried. There will always be opposition. There will always be opposition. Have that. If you are a Biafran watching the video, have it at the back of your mind that there will be always opposition. But what you are going to do is to use that opposition to your own positive side. If in that opposition, there is always the positive side of it. There is always the positive side of it. That is why you see in the government of the world, in every government you see, there is opposition. That is why you see in every government there is opposition. And it is not a crime to be an opposition. It is not a crime. That is why you see they have different political parties. A party wins and the other one becomes opposition. What is the work of opposition? The opposition makes the major party to continue to grow more, to make you, keep you awake, keep you on your toes, to walk and make sure that things begin to happen. Even as we are talking about autopilot, even some of us who are supporting the autopilot, as we are supporting autopilot, that Chukwu Okike is in control of autopilot, the autopilot that Chukwu Okike is controlling, there are still going to be opposition, even inside the people who will be opposing. Don't be worried about that. Don't be scared. Don't be distracted. They are making you to get better. That is one thing you have at the back of your mind. They were making you to get better. Always, when you see them trying to oppose you, look backward, see what they are telling you about. If it is right or wrong, no one is perfect. We might make mistakes. Even as I'm broadcasting, I might make mistakes in the course of my broadcast. You have the right to call my attention. You can decide to do it by criticizing me. After I go through the messages and see the information people are writing, when I read through it and I see that what the person is saying is right, in my next broadcast, I will make a correction. I might not respond to the person. I might not reply to the person. I might have attacked the person in the past, but when I go through and see that the person is making a sense, I will learn a lesson from whatever he or she is saying and use it to my own side. And it will become a benefit for me. Let us not always be talking about negative things. Let us not always be negative. There will always be opposition. That is why when I see some people who say that they have lost faith, now Biafra struggle has not become anything. There is nothing that is happening in the struggle today that has not happened in other struggles. There is nothing that is happening in the restoration of Biafra that we are into today that has not happened in the past. When other people go and check the history of other people who fought for their freedom, some of them, they fought themselves. So many of them have so many factions. They have so many disagreements. But at the end of the day, the destination is freedom. That is one thing everyone should remember. The destination is freedom. After you must have attacked somebody, after you must have responded, after you must have said all manner of blackmail, the destination is where? Freedom. That is where every one of us meet. And every one of us Biafrans must understand there are many ways to a certain direction. If you are going, for example, you're going to Abuja from the southeast, there are so many ways you can go to Abuja. Some ways are clear. Some are very short. Some are long. Some are long and safe. Some are short, but they are not safe. Some different directions. But at the end of the day, the destination is Abuja. As long as you see somebody who is pursuing the freedom of his own people, demanding for freedom, support that person. Don't go against them. If you have any correction or criticism, you have the right to criticize. You have the right to make correction. You have the right to air your opinion. It is your right, and nobody can stop you from that right. It is your legitimate right to criticize when you see that something is not going right. It is your legitimate right to oppose something and bring a superior argument if you have any. But where it becomes shameful is that when you don't have a superior argument and you wake up with your clear eye, you begin to challenge somebody who you know has a superior argument than you make yourself look foolish. Even if the person doesn't respond to you, other people will see you as a foolish man or woman. That is why sometimes when you see those idiotic people talking, you don't even need to respond to them. Let the whole world see their shame. Let the whole world see their ignorance. Let the whole world see their stupidity. That is the best thing. The best answer to a fool is silence. Silence. That is why we don't have to be responding to everything. Today, you have seen that even in Biafra land today, we are still sitting at home. Biafran people are sitting at home in full force. They are sitting at home. Nobody can stop it. No man born of a woman can stop the sit at home. You can't. The only person that can stop the sit at home is Mazen Nnamdi Kanu. Only Mazen Nnamdi. As soon as you release Mazen Nnamdi Kanu, bring Mazen Nnamdi Kanu, take him to Afari Beko, and Mazen Nnamdi Kanu, we will see him broadcast and say, sit at home has ended. If you see sit at home next time, then you know that we don't know what you are saying. Only Mazen Nnamdi Kanu will put a stop on it. But what do? All those evil politicians, all those evil elites, they call themselves elites, governors and whatever you call them, they know the cost of the sit at home. They know why the people are sitting at home, but they refuse to address it. They have refused to address it. Instead, they are busy looking for blackmail against Mazen Nnamdi Kanu. Today, BBC have invited the deputy of Mazen Nnamdi Kanu to come and to use him as a blackmail against Mazen Nnamdi Kanu. And this is what they do all the time. Anytime Mazen Nnamdi Kanu is preparing to come to court, they will begin to provide their blackmail from all corners. You see them interviewing all those people that are against Mazen Nnamdi Kanu. You see them trying to provide evidence from different angles. That was why BBC conducted that very interview. To which for recent interview. I think the interview should be today. Either today they gave that interview or yesterday. That is how these Janjaweed are working day and night. But you that you call yourself a Biafran, what are you doing to make sure that your supreme leader is not left behind? What are you doing as a Biafran? What are you doing to make sure that our supreme leader Mazen Nnamdi Kanu is not left behind? What are you doing as a Biafran to make sure that our supreme leader Mazen Nnamdi Kanu voice is not swept under the carpet? You see the caliphate, they are doubling their effort. They are doubling their effort at all times. They are doubling their effort. And you know they have the media. They have the conventional media and they are using their media effectively. Every time Mazen Nnamdi Kanu is preparing to come to court, they will go and look for all those people who are against Mazen Nnamdi Kanu and begin to interview them in BBC or in other television stations. All their media, they will begin to interview all those people. The people they know that will speak ill against Mazen Nnamdi Kanu, they begin to interview them. And remember what effect the public opinion has. Public opinion has a very strong effect. That is why we will not stop talking. If you are a Biafran, when you see a genuine person talking about the issue of Biafra, share the information, share it to all platforms, share it to your WhatsApp group, share it to family and friends, and advise them to share also. When you share and they share, public opinion, we will win the public opinion. As it stands today, Biafran people are in charge of the social media. The conventional media cannot compete with the social media in Nigeria. The conventional, the social media is in charge of the public opinion. Most of the time, even the conventional media, they focus on the social media to see what is going on. That is why we can't stop talking. No matter how bad, no matter how they try to stop us, we can't. That is why even if it's only one person watching, I will continue to speak and set the record straight. Every lie they are bringing, they try to. When you watch that, go and watch the interview. If you have not watched it, I'm not going to post the interview. I can't post such interview. I can't post it in my channel. I can only talk about it. Go and watch the interview that was granted to former deputy of Mazen Nnamdi Kanu. Go and watch the interview. Then you will see what he was vomiting. You see the angle he was coming from and what he was going to. The only effort they were making in that very broadcast was to make sure that they blackmail Mazen Nnamdi Kanu. That was the only effort he was making. His only effort was to blackmail Mazen Nnamdi Kanu and make sure that Mazen Kanu is blamed for everything that is happening in Biafra land. He wants to blame Mazen Nnamdi Kanu for everything that happened in Biafra land. And he has forgotten that in that Biafra land, there are people who are appointed, who are running the affairs. There are people who have sworn to keep us down. He has forgotten that in that same Biafra land he's talking about, we have people like Rocha Sokorocha and Hope Uzodinma. He has forgotten that Rocha Sokorocha himself came out to question Hope Uzodinma about the killing in Biafra land. Rocha Sokorocha came out openly and called that Hope Uzodinma. He himself forget that Hope Uzodinma himself, Chukwu Okabiam used Hope Uzodinma to vindicate IPOB when Hope Uzodinma came and said that it was not IPOB that went to break the prison. That was when they started their plan of unknown gunmen. When they started that plan of the unknown gunmen, when they had a prison break in Imo State, they wanted to use to frame IPOB. But eventually, Chukwu Okabiam turned it back against them and forced them to speak otherwise. All this information are in the public. They are still online. But still, you will see people begin to peddle lies, begin to blame Mazen Nnamdi Kanu for everything. And this is where it comes. That is why I support what our brother Simon Ekpa said, that we will not take order from Mazen Nnamdi Kanu in DSS again. We will not listen to any second-hand information. When you listen to that interview, then you will know why we will not take order from Mazen Nnamdi Kanu again, because they are trying to blame Mazen Nnamdi Kanu for everything that is going to happen. The only plan they are making is to blame Mazen Nnamdi Kanu for everything that is happening. That is their plan. And that is why the Biafran people, Chukwu Okabiam, spoke through our brother Simon Ekpa and told us that we will no longer take order from the DSS. Any second-hand information will not follow. We will start doing things on our own. Chukwu Okabiam, with the direction he will give us, with the direction Chukwu Okabiam will give us, we will continue to fight on our own to free Mazen Nnamdi Kanu and to free Biafra. We will free Mazen Nnamdi Kanu and free Biafra. And nobody should ask Mazen Nnamdi Kanu for what is happening. Nobody should hold Mazen Nnamdi Kanu responsible for what is about to happen. Today, remember, the 15th is close. The 15th is here already. After 15th, it can never be business as usual. They are going to see hell. The politicians in Biafra land, after 15th, they will begin to see the reaction of Biafran people. They will begin to know that Biafran people cannot be silent anymore. After 15th, they will know that the Biafran, that Chukwu Okabiam have given Biafran people the authority to take their life into their own hand, to defend themselves. After 15th, all the politicians in Biafra land, any single one of them, whether House of Repo, whether Senator, whether you are a governor, a minister, whatever you call yourself, and you are a politician in Biafra land, every single one of you, you are part of the evil that happened in Biafra land. It is you that is supporting the life of people that are being wasted in Biafra land. You are supporting it. Because if you're not supporting it, you would have spoken about it. If you are not supporting it, you would have spoken about it. But for the fact that you have not spoken about it, it means you are supporting the evil. That is what it means. For the fact that you are not speaking about what is happening in Biafra land, it means that you are in support of it and you are part of the evil. That is why we cannot stop what we are doing. Biafran people, we cannot stop. They can't stop us. We will continue to do what we are doing based on the order and direction of Chukwu Okabiam. Chukwu Okabiam today is making revelation to Biafran, talking to the Biafrans individually. Biafrans are passing information. Biafrans from all angles, from all corners, they are sending out information, and we will continue to do so until Biafra comes. No man born of a woman can stop us. They can't stop us no matter how they try. I thank every Biafran in Biafra land that is still standing strong up to this minute. I thank every single Biafran in Biafra land that is fighting strong and making sure that our voice is being heard. I thank every Biafran in Biafra land that is still standing, making sure that we get our freedom. I say, may Chukwu Okabiam guide and protect you. We cannot stop. No matter how they try, they cannot stop us. No matter how they try, they cannot hinder us. No matter how they try, they can never stop us. May Chukwu Okabiam continue to guide and protect Biafran people. The sit at home in Biafra land is going on and is stronger than ever. shutdown of Biafra land. We will increase it. We will increase it. Sunday sit at home, Monday sit at home. The economic sanction has been activated. And very soon, you are going to see it. For those of you who are waiting to see when everything crumble, some of you are still waiting. They say it's not going to work. Let them see. You are waiting to see when it will happen. Wait. Keep watching. Keep watching. Chukwu Okabiama will water it. I say it. Every direction that is coming from Chukwu Okabiama, it will be watered by Chukwu Okabiama himself. No man born of a woman can stop it. No matter how you try. No matter how you try. You cannot stop it. You can't stop it. We will continue to fight for our freedom. We will continue to speak of our freedom. And our freedom definitely will come. May Chukwu Okabiama guide and protect every single one of you who have joined this broadcast. If you are watching from Biafra land, may Chukwu Okabiama guide and protect you. Give you strength. Give you more power. Give you more strength to continue to fight this battle until the end. Every Biafra and Biafra land, as long as you are genuinely fighting for Biafra, sitting at home on Monday and on Sunday, anything you have lost on this Monday, you will get it on Tuesday in double fold. Any business you have missed on Monday, on Tuesday, you will get it double fold. Don't worry. Nobody that is fighting for Biafra will lack. You will never lack. Chukwu Okabiama will never leave you alone. You are fighting a just cause. Fighting for your supreme Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, a man that is giving a selfless service. A man that has given up everything for you. He has given up everything. Today he's languishing in the hand of DSS because of you and I. There is no sacrifice that is too much for him. No sacrifice is too much for him. No sacrifice that is too much for him. There is nothing you do for Mazi Nnamdi Kanu that is too much. Nothing. May Chukwu Okabiama guide and protect every single person in Biafra land that is watching this video, that will watch in time to come. Any place you are, Chukwu Okabiama will protect you. You will walk into Biafra with your foot. You will never die. No weapon formed or fashioned against you shall prosper. The Janjaweed will never take your life. Every Biafran, wherever you are on the planet Earth, Chukwu Okabiama will continue to protect every one of us. And when the time comes, we will go home and defend our land. The time is drawing near. So many of us are already in Biafra land. Some are still on their way. And many of us are coming home to defend our land. We will do so. Freedom will come with a price. It will not come by talking alone. We are taking action. And as you know, we are entering into another phase, another difficult phase. And every Biafran is going to have a very strong responsibility, including our ESN. That is why you must have to pray for ESN and support them by all means possible. Pray for ESN. There are so many propaganda and scandal against ESN. Every legacy of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, we must continue to protect it. We are not going to wait for any second-hand information for the DSS saying that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu said. We will not. Today, we have taken our freedom into our own hand, and our freedom must come. It must come. Nobody should hold Mazi Nnamdi Kanu responsible for everything that is happening. That is why we are shouting and shouting and shouting and telling people that we are no longer taking any instruction that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu said. So they will not say that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu told us to do what we are doing. Today, we are acting according to our own desire, according to that which Chukwu Okabiama has placed in our heart to release Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. That is what we are doing. And we will do that until Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is released. If they want to stop the sit at home, if they want to stop the economic sanction, what they have to do is to free Mazi Nnamdi Kanu unconditionally. Set him free and let him go. As soon as you set him free, he go to a Pharaoh make and broadcast from his father's house and tell us to stop. Of course, we put a halt to everything. Stop blackmailing the Biafran people. Stop talking about the sit at home. If you don't know, if you don't want to talk about the cause, stop talking about the sit at home. If you don't want to talk about the cause of the sit at home and address it. Biafran people, we are not fool. We are wise people. We know what we want, and that is what we are following. Our freedom. Biafra must be free. No matter how they try to stop us, they cannot. May Chukwu Okabiama guide and protect every Biafran person, every Oduduwa person, every Middle Beltan, anybody in that indigenous people, every indigenous person in the country of Nigeria. May Chukwu Okabiama guide and protect you. We will all see our freedom. We will see our freedom. They can't stop us. May Chukwu Okabiama guide and protect our Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Secure him. Give him strength. Give him more revelations so that very soon he will join us. Thank you so much for watching wherever you are watching from. And remember this, I will see you again tomorrow by the special grace of Chukwu Okabiama. Thank you for joining. Share the video on your platform. If you have time, you can join me on Choose for Survivor On Choose for Survivor, I am going to have a broadcast there, maybe in the next 30 minutes or 1 hour. I'll have a broadcast where I will discuss the issue of the interview that was granted to the deputy. I will discuss it. I will discuss deeply about the interview that was granted to the deputy. The deputy granted to in BBC. What he was saying about our spring leader. I will talk about it on my YouTube channel when I will broadcast in the next 30 minutes or 1 hour. If you have your time, you can join me. Thank you so much for joining. Thank you so much for connecting. I say may Chukwu be my guide and protect you. Remember us. See you tomorrow. Bye.